please remember to switch off your mobile phones. Everybody please check, especially today when we have guided meditation. We don't want any disturbance. So please double check, and those who come in the next few minutes and sit beside you, do check with them if they've switched off their mobile phones. There's a feedback. I'll be speaking loudly, so don't keep on increasing. Sahana Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhi Tamastuma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. These great mantras of the Veda not only have great mystical power to benefit those who chant, repeat it, do japa of it, but also reveal to us the nature of the truth, the reality of God and of our own true self. But as you hear this Maha Mrityunjaya mantra unfold, we also realize that this mantra also reveals to us the sadhana and the means by which we can realize this great, grand truth. That is the beauty of these mantras. They are multifaceted. The more we understand their meaning, contemplate on them, we will find that it reveals to us many, many secrets about ourselves, as well as the essence of different sadhanas or practices. One is that in this mantra itself, we have both the saguna and the nirguna revealed to us. The worship of the saguna, or even contemplation of the saguna, Ishvara, the Lord with all virtues, beauty, power, brings about that dynamism, that purity of mind, and the development of those virtues that are necessary for us to know the absolute truth. So through saguna worship only, we get the qualification to recognize the all-pervading truth or reality. We have been explained over a period of time the nature of truth or reality, the nature of Paramatma, Ishvara. We have been hearing it. We repeatedly also say, oh, Atma is Satchidananda. But the way the mantra reveals it, that when we are told something, we just take it as an information. It is indirect knowledge. Out of faith we accept it, but it remains not integrated with us, means that without realizing it, mere words, mere definitions are not enough. Knowing what virtues we should have is one thing. Having the virtues is another. Just hearing about the virtues of someone, we like that person, we begin to admire that person, we like to be in the presence of that person. But being that person ourselves, can you imagine how beautiful it can be? Yeah? But even each and every virtue to develop within ourselves, it is not that easy. Our upbringing, our culture, our inspiration or demonstration by our parents, teachers, etc. are all an inspiration. But on the spiritual path, to develop honesty at all cost, let us not pretend it's not easy. No? To be always self-controlled, maybe in certain addiction and indulgences you may not, but to control this tongue also, food wise and speaking wise. We don't realize that the slip of the tongue, very often people say tongue of the slip. The slip of the tongue, how it happens? So that there will be always honesty, sweetness in this speech of ours. All these require a lot of strength, a lot of power, a lot of inspiration. And mantra provides us all this also. So, having understood the different facets of the mantra, and that is really the real initiation. Not just hearing the mantra, not even knowing the right way of pronunciation. And not only the right way of pronunciation, but at every level of our growth, from even a childlike state of our mind. It's not only a child, but spiritually also, when we start off, we are a child. We grow into a questioning youth. And then we get into a meditative adult. I'm talking mentally. Some youngsters are even more meditative than those who are elderly. But what I mean to say is this, from the childlike mind to the highest meditator, these mantras, therefore they used to say that mantras were given, the same mantra, you were initiated at different levels. But in Kali Yuga, whereas people got time, is it not? Therefore our great masters like Gurudev revealed to everyone. He said, who are we to judge who's fit, unfit? The mantra has its own protection. Those who are unfit will not even understand the meaning of it. It has its own protection. Therefore, why judge? It is true that if you give something precious to someone who does not value it, or is not in a position to value it, or understanding of valuing it, it is a waste. That is why it was said, don't waste your time and energy. It's a waste. Again, some of these knowledge, for example, when you have these motivational courses, and today in the motivational courses, especially when you use the principles of the Bhagavad Gita, they're very powerful. People take it for granted because we keep listening to it. But they are so powerful. And there are some people who can misuse it also, abuse it also. And for those reasons it was said. But as such, the mantra requires no protection. That mantra, and that too also when revealed with devotion, revealed with the knowledge that it is not just the power, because power can corrupt. And most people used to chant these mantras and all for power. In fact, this mantra was also revealed to none other than Shukracharya, the Acharya of all the Asuras. Because these Asuras are constant in battle, constant in fight. You must have heard yesterday, no? In the Bhagavad Gita, they're constantly fighting, they're constantly in conflict. And therefore, they were always being killed. And Shukra Acharya, with this Maha Mrityunjaya mantra, used to revive them. Therefore, it's called as Sanjeevani mantra also. He used to bring them back to life. Thus, so many powers are there, but power can corrupt. Power can be used rightly, power can be used wrongly. Therefore, in this mantra, as we have understood what is Yajamahe, all the various stages of sadhana, from Karma Yoga to Japa to Chintanam or contemplation, everything is revealed in Yajamahe, but the most important is the attitude, idam na mama. This is not mine. Then only there is no attachment to the results even of our sadhana, even of our seva. Not that there is no result, results are great, but there is no attachment to it, and therefore there is no ego that is born out of it. That is the spirit of all sadhana. aham apetakam nija vibhanakam mahadidam tapo ramanavagyam. Ramana Maharshi has said the essence of all sadhana, tapas, austerity is the elimination of this ego. Through karma yoga also it is the elimination of the sense of I and my, what you call as attachment. Through bhakti is the surrender of this ego only. And through knowledge we discover the non-existence of this ego. It's there only in our imagination, in our falsehood. Thus the essence of sadhana also is pointed out in Yajamahe. And most important is our attitude. So Yajamahe has been said. But Yajamahe or Yaja also means to invoke. As I said, the essence of sadhana is the admiration of the Saguna Ishvara, is that we imbibe those qualities, God-like qualities, those Daivi gunas within ourselves. Because these Daivi gunas not only bring about peace, harmony, joy, prosperity in our life. That's why Devatas are always living in heaven, and these Asuras being as powerful or even more powerful and dynamic that way, but they're living only in hell. These Daivi gunas, to gain these Daivi gunas, we invoke the Lord of compassion, the Lord of wisdom, the Lord of justice. We invoke that Lord. And therefore Yaja also means to invoke. Invoke means to get out of that person, bring out from that person. Now you can invoke love in someone's heart, compassion in someone's heart, and you can invoke anger also in someone's heart, is it not? Yeah. And the most amazing thing is that the more you try to understand that Amba means father and Amba means mother. But in the vocative case, Amba means Amba only. And therefore Trayambakam is also invocation of the Divine Mother, who also has got three forms. We see them as Saraswati, Lakshmi and Durga. So Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. And Trayambaka means I invoke those three mothers, those three mighty powers, Shaktis. And these three Devis have been pointed out as these three mighty powers, which is Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti and Kriya Shakti. That power by which we come to know, or that ability, that talent, that skill, those requirements by which we come to know something. And without knowledge of something, without even knowledge of the field of your work, you cannot perform the right action also, is it not? Without knowledge of the person, you cannot have the right relationship with that person. Without the knowledge of yourself, how would you even know your duty? Therefore, we invoke the Divine Mother, Saraswati, and they are not three Devis, but the three powers of Ishvara, and that is Jnana Shakti. Now, we know something. Now, when we know of something wonderful, great, beautiful, naturally a desire for it arises. But you know something, but there is no desire for it. Will you achieve it? Therefore, that motivating force, that driving force that leads us towards our goal is called as Ichha Shakti. Now, you know the glory of your goal. You have a desire. We all have. I want the best in life. But are we ready to do anything? Like that man who wanted to climb the Everest but was ever at rest. Will you reach the peak? So Kriya Shakti is also needed. Therefore, by saying Trayambakam Yajamahe, I invoke the one with the three powers. I invoke those three mothers that bestow on me this Jnana Shakti, this Ichha Shakti and Kriya Shakti. To know the truth, to discover the truth, to realize the truth, to be the truth, we require knowledge. But to gain this knowledge, that which gives us purity, that which gives us the drive, that which gives us the motivation is love, bhakti. So Saraswati, Lakshmi, knowledge and bhakti. And Lakshmi is also not the giver of just material wealth, but also she is Guna Lakshmi. She is the mother that gives us all the virtues, which is our true wealth. Therefore, an adhikari of knowledge is one who's got Vivek, Vairagya and Shat Sampatti. That Sampatti giver is Lakshmi. And that which brings about all virtues, beauty of character, etc. Where there is love, it just brings out the best in you. All the virtues in you. However wicked a person may be, but towards one's children, that person is nice only, no? Because of love. So that bhakti is Lakshmi. And the Kriya Shakti, that divine mother who gives us the strength, the power to act, to perform our dharma. So I invoke those three mothers, or I invoke that Lord with these three Shaktis, along with these three mothers, along with these three Shaktis. Yajamahe. So give me that dynamism to work in the spirit of Karma Yoga. Give me that devotion and dedication and that Seva Bhavana. Give me that knowledge by which I recognize my true self and my oneness with the universe. See how beautiful it goes on unfolding itself. Now, having invoked the one with the three eyes, the one who is the Lord of the three worlds, the one who is ever present in the three states, one who yields the three powers, all having invoked Yajamahe, one more adjective has been given to Trayambakam, Sugandhim. Now, what does Sugandhim means? Gandha means smell. Sugandha, Sushtugandha means nice smell. Nice smell in English is called as fragrance. So, nice smell. one who is fragrant. And on the first day I said no. To expect that Lord Shiva would have a cologne all over him, and when he walks from a distance you sneeze because the fragrance is so strong. First and foremost, let me tell you also that a pure mind has a pure body also. And a yogi like Lord Shiva, it is said about yogis, and don't go on testing it, because they are mentally and physically cleansed even from inside. There is no odor from their body, not even from their perspiration, not even from their stools, it is said. No dirty smell comes. You hear about certain saints and sages also. But here fragrance does not only mean that, you can understand. For yogis, that implication is also there, that's so pure. But Sugandhim means a fragrant person, a fragrant character. Means full of virtues, etc. Because he's the Lord of compassion, Lord of love, the Father of the universe, and therefore fragrant. But there is another beautiful meaning of fragrance that has been pointed out. Now, if you think very carefully, and as the discourses go on, we are also pointing out to you how easily you can contemplate. Otherwise, people struggle. They only think some form of concentration is meditation, or mind remaining fixed is concentration. But to make this mind single pointed, to prepare you for contemplation, you know that it's not easy. For a few seconds, yes, but after that it drifts away, carries away. And therefore each day what we are explaining to you is the subtle aspects which make meditation spontaneous and easy. And very important here that comes up is, yesterday I told you that when you sit in the seat of meditation, and I don't know whether you did feel it, experience it as so effortless, when you just remember. Just remember out of gratitude what the Lord has done for you. I don't know about you, but there are people who are listening and their homes on the internet, and they have been texting me. I'm sure that person is listening now also and knows that I received the text. Yeah? That how those few seconds, even in their house, they were in tears. Because your mind, when it remembers, you are with that person. Otherwise, physically you can be with a person, but your mind is somewhere else. You are not with that person. While you can be far away and you can be with that person because you remember. Therefore, Sugandhim. In your life also, who do you remember? Think about those who have got a strong smell, good or bad also. Would you like to remember only the good people? And you know that your memory is never really associated with what you hear. Yeah? Because if we ask you questions of what we said 2 days ago, how many of you will remember everything? What you hear, you don't remember. What you see also you forget. You meet a person, you saw that person, but again next time you meet, happens to all of us. They tell you that, you see, don't forget me. remember me. But their name, their face also we forget. So seeing does not make you remember, hearing also does not make you always remember. Therefore, repeatedly we have to hear. Repeatedly we have to see. Japa. But there is one simple way of remembering. And which sense organs of ours is related to memory? Even that psychology our rishis knew. And that is the sense of smell. That's why you see dogs have got such good memory. Even penguins, it is said, that the moment they deliver, the mother leaves far off to go and start eating because she has not eaten. And the fathers look after the penguin. And there are thousands and thousands of penguins. But when the mother comes back, she instantly recognizes a child which has already grown, and the child recognizes the mother because they have smelt each other. We human beings have lost the sense of smell. But mothers would know very well that when they hold that child, that smell of that child, mother just feels like taking. There were sometimes women at 45 telling me, Swamiji, that please bless, I want another child. I said, your children have grown up. Why would you want again to get back to the diapers and to the thing? Swamiji, we miss the smell of that baby powder. And that baby powder is always mixed with other smells also. Why? Because the smell always associates you back to that experience. Why is it that you love passing through a bakery shop? Not so often just to eat a bread piece or a cake, but that smell of that vanilla, the smell of that baked cake reminds you of your birthdays and the love with which your mother baked that cake, is it not? I tell you, whenever I go to Dubai or any other place, then I go everywhere now, everybody is there. But I remember earlier days when I went to the Middle East, when you enter a building, you remember India. Because the smell of sambar from each house pervades the corridor, and you suddenly get this feeling that you're back in India. See, the moment you smell something, your memory immediately takes you to that place, to that person. Till today, whenever I smell Guruvayur Chandan, that's why I apply only Guruvayur Chandan from Guruvayur. Every morning when I apply this Chandan from Guruvayur, immediately, not only I remember, that's why the idea of putting tika, but never been able to go so close to the Guruvayur to know the fragrance of Guruvayur. We feel the fragrance of the Lord through the Chandan that has been offered to him. We've not been able to even go close to the deity there. But our Gurudev also used to apply the same Chandan. So every time the moment I put the Chandan, without any effort, without even thinking, that fragrance that used to emanate from Gurudev, even when he walked past in the meditation session, we are sitting on the floor and he just walked in the corridor and your eyes are closed. He walked so soft as though he was flying. But that fragrance of that Chandan that emanated from him immediately brings us that memory. Without even effort, you just remember. Therefore, our mind is associated with fragrances. Yeah? Therefore, why do we like our childhood food that we used to eat in our childhood? In between, as you become youngsters, you want for your pizzas, you want to go for your nachos, you want to go for your Mexican and this and that. But as you grow older, and people start leaving you, no more any friends, the moment you start smelling something that reminds you of those beautiful days of your childhood, the comforting love of your grandmother and mother, whether it's the smell of rasam, whether it is the smell of sarson ka saag, sai bhaji, your childhood food. Why do we find such comfort in that? Not the food, in the fragrance of it. Even the fragrance of coffee. When you go to office, you may not be a coffee drinker, but it reminds you that it's time to work. So just to point out to you the power of memory through fragrance. Therefore, this word Sugandhim also means one who is well remembered. Etymologically, it is also means one who is well remembered. And in Tripunatarini Upanishad, it is already pointed out there, the meaning of Sugandhim. That one who is well remembered, which also means one who is famous. How is he famous? And therefore, one who is known everywhere. You say, where is known everywhere? You know, in saints and sages, there used to be a great saint, Swami Brahmananda, and he has written, जिधर भी देखूं, जहां भी देखूं, बस तू एक मुझको दिखा रहा है. That wherever I see, what I see, that wherever you look, where is it that you cannot see the beauty of the Lord? In the smile of the child, in the blooming of a bud, of a flower, in the vast blueness of the sky, in the depth of the ocean, even in the power of a storm. Where is it that you can, unless your house is in the storm, but even to see the tsunami, we see all those movies, because to see the sheer might and power, the explosion of even a volcano, where is it that you cannot see the beauty, the power, the presence of the Lord? And there was sarvatah yasha apnoti iti sugandhim. That one whose fame is spread everywhere, whose glory is spread everywhere. Kabir Das Ji has said so beautifully, Lali mere lal ki jit dekhun tit lal, lali dekhan main gayi, main bhi ho gayi lal. The play of the word lal, lal means beloved, and lali means the beauty, the vibhuti, the glory of my beloved. That lali mere lal ki, the glory of my beloved, jit dekhun tit lal. That his glory is spread everywhere, and seeing his glory, I remember my Lord. So wherever I see my Lord only. And lali dekhan main gayi. When I went to see his glory, main bhi ho gayi lal. I became one with his glory, I became one with him. This is the meaning of this. Not just sitting there and saying, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhan. with your eyes open also, that wherever you see His glory, and in His glory, just as when you smell something, you remember the person, you remember the experience, you remember that moment, you remember that state. Therefore, Sugandhim means not only one who is famous, one whose fame is spread everywhere. And you see, if you light an agarbatti in your room, of incense stick in your room, its fragrance goes everywhere, is it not? Does it or does it not? And not only goes everywhere, it even permeates your clothes. That's why you can know whether a person has come from a temple or from a bar, because the cigarette smoke also permeates. Yeah, those who like putting these naphthalene balls, these moth balls, cockroach balls, even in their clothes, you can know that these people don't wash their clothes. They've just brought out their winter clothes, which were kept with naphthalene balls, because the fragrance permeates even the clothes in that room. No? See His glory in such a way that you also become His glory. You also become His vibhuti. You become His lali. Therefore, lali dekhana main gayi, main bhi ho gayi lal. And it is such that when you come in contact with such a person, and you see, they say women have a very keen sense of smell. Therefore, wherever the husband is coming from, whoever may have just given a hug to her husband in a party, woman knows right away, because she can smell. And she needs that keen sense of smell to know if any danger is coming for the children, and to recognize her children even at a distance. See the strength that we have, that is called as Shakti. Medha Shakti. So when I said Trayambakam, the three mothers, amongst that Saraswati is Medha Shakti, to remember also. Therefore Sugandhim. And this fragrance is spread everywhere. Therefore the implication is that all pervading existence or Sat is Sugandhim. And as I also pointed out, the Lord is fragrant, means full of virtues. And one of the greatest virtues in life is Shama, or forgiveness. And Ashutosh, Bhagwan, Lord Shiva, is known to be the Lord of forgiveness. And yet, devotees can't forgive other devotees if that devotee has done something. And forgiveness is not conditional. And again, how this word fragrance goes with it. Gurudev used to always give this example: be like the tulsi leaf. That the very hand that crushes it, it leaves a fragrance behind in that hand. This is what is called as Sugandhim. So that mighty Lord of justice is also the Lord of forgiveness. And just as the tulsi leaf not only leaves its fragrance, so fragrant it is that even on being crushed, all it can give out is fragrance. And therefore, whether it's Bhagwan or whether it is the great Mahatmas, the more the world crushed them, the more fragrance they gave to the world. The more beauty that they give to the world, the more they offer to the world. And the tulsi plant, even when it touches your skin, it nourishes you. That's why nowadays you have all soap with tulsi plant. Why? Because America said tulsi is medicinal. It leaves a nourishment behind. Therefore, Pushti Vardhana. Be like that tulsi plants. Be so fragrant that even when someone crushes, tampers, steps over you, cannot but carry your fragrance, a memory of you that once I met a person who I remember. One person came up to Gurudev, and Gurudev was so witty. That person must have met amongst the thousands of people Gurudev used to meet. Somebody must have met him in a bhiksha or something like that. I mean, his memory was so good that he would remember things from the past and people. It's just amazing. I feel like telling a story, but why not? It's meditation only. Yeah. You know, I met one devotee in Bangalore, and many of us have stayed in their house. And very elderly father he had. Obviously the father was elderly, so not like he would attend all the talks, but I was staying in the house. I had no idea also that he had met Gurudev. So he said, he would tell everyone the story that when I met Gurudev for the first time, it was very unique. It was in a Gyan Yagya, as far as I know, he said. And a friend of mine forced me that here's a master, don't worry, this is not just, how people feel great, it's not religious, he talks about work, success, etc. No, so come for that. And told him to come for that talk. When he went for that talk, he saw Gurudev, thousands of people like a small speck, but because his friend knew, so he took him immediately. That moment Gurudev said Purnamada Purnamidam, he took him right in front of the stage and introduced him. And Gurudev got down 20 years. This man has worked in his company. And Gurudev just tells him, and I don't know in South Indian language, what is the black chana called? Sundal, isn't it? Yeah. Tamil word, yeah, but I think it's common in Malayalam, Kannada, I think so. Just like Chennai is common in North India. So just told him, Sundal. And he said, what? This Mahatma coming down from the stage, talking on Brahman, is talking Sundal. So this man did not know. He said, Sundal. 20 years, Gurudev with his grey beard, and this man, what is Sundal? And Gurudev says, don't you remember that when this sadhu came without anything from the Himalayas, in the train, you bought me that Sundal. That memory that Gurudev had. And he tells that I wouldn't even think, I don't even remember. But when he told me that yes, 20 years ago when Sadhu was sitting there reading his Bhagavad Gita, and when the station came, genuine Sadhu like him did not have anything in his pocket, and 3 days journey, and a Sadhu can ask for bhiksha, that's all. Bhiksha means food. So just told him, will you buy me this? That was, that time 2 paisa, 1 paisa sundal, that it comes in that cone. And that's what he bought, and Gurudev remembered. Such a memory. And this one man very arrogantly goes, and I was telling all our acharyas that, you went with arrogance, you had it. So when this person went up and he met Gurudev in another city and goes up, don't you remember me? And Gurudev said very nicely, obviously you don't leave an impression. Be so fragrant that people will remember you. Yeah? So Sugandhim. So many beautiful aspects or the gunas of the Ishvara. At the same time, that which is all pervading is existence. So now close your eyes. Sit straight. Keep your body completely steady. Close your eyes gently. Having taken this position, let this body be like that beautiful, magnificent temple. With your legs as the platform, your interlocked hands as the steps, your head as the dome. Watch this beautiful temple of the body. And as the morning sunlight lights up the entrance to this temple, see there standing at the gateway our Guru. In the Upanishads, it's always said that start your meditation by first preparing yourself, and most of all, mentally bowing at the feet of one's Guru. So that fearlessly, with confidence, knowing my Guru is always with me, being in the presence of the Guru, we are always uplifted, and we remember the knowledge. See Gurudev standing at the door, calling you to come with him. Climb the stairway, bow down to his feet. See his benevolent glance bathe you. His hands on your head, and you feel that confidence, that fearlessness. Guru mere sang sada hai naal. That my Guru is present every moment with me, every moment of the journey. Guiding me to walk the path. If any obstacles come, removing the obstacles or helping me to maneuver around them. And as you enter the temple, and as you walk, see how He lights the path on your way. And lets us walk the path, even though every moment lighting the path, every moment guiding us. Every moment we feel His grace. And yet, He remains as though invisible and showing us that Lord, that beauty which is in the sanctum sanctorum of our heart, right under the dome of our head. Do not just use your head. Revel also in the love in your heart. Mere emotion is not meditation. Mere logical thinking is also not meditation. But when both the head and the heart are aligned with each other, there, in that sacred space, as though with a magic wand, the Guru lights up all the lamps at the altar, and you see the Lord of your heart. Revel, revel in that beauty. Not just as a picture or a statue. That ever existing conscious presence. His feet, See his magnificent form. See his gentle smile, his matted hair, and most of all, everyone who has been rejected, people are afraid of. The snake, the crescent moon, the poison. That compassionate Lord makes them all worshipable. Will he not accept me? Without any fear, without any regret, just surrender. The Lord of forgiveness, the Lord of kindness, the Lord of might and power will burn our sins and negativities. And even if I am the greatest of all sinners, poisonous and vicious, he will accept and he will love. He will purify. Just surrender all your past regrets, your future worries. And just remain in his all-pervading love. The mind gets distracted from this speechless communication in the silence of love. Remind yourself by chanting the mantra in your mind, and then again merge into this ocean of love. Total silence. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritat. Chant in your mind. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Varukamiva bandhanat Mrityormukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamaye Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanat Mrityormukshiyamamritat. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. When the mind is quiet and the thoughts have lessened, or the mind is in silence, the very concept of time disappears. Congratulations that you and I were not aware of the time. See you today again back in the evening, and tomorrow in the morning sessions. Tomorrow I'll have a couple of announcements and something to show you also. So come on time tomorrow, and then I will present that to you.